We do have Stephen Bide, who's on ground in Busega. When it comes to construction, more and more issues get to be realized, especially where the fate of children are concerned. There's a school that whose buildings have been developing cracks, and there's some level of ignorance that has been given. No attention has been given to the protection of the children. What if those cracks give way and those buildings come down? How many lives are we going to lose? Stephen Bide, good morning once again.
Yes, good morning to you, Priscilla. You know, on the outside of KCCA Community Primary School here in Busega, the compound looks neat. Even the buildings, you can see they were renovated. But when you get inside of P4, P3, P2, and P1, I'm now standing in front of P1. Let me get inside, and I will show you that the cracks, the roof is being supported by 2 poles. And this is not only the one cracks, but even P4, P3, P2, I will be showing you, they're all having cracks, and they're all being supported by poles that were constructed, were put up by these school administrators. Hello, how are you?
All right.
You are fine.
Yes.
That's good. The kids here are fine. I found them learning. Their teacher is here. But when you turn to the roof here, you see that the school administration had to. This school is under KCCA, Kampala Capital City Authority, is the one that is running this school. But anytime, if the school administration here, if they didn't put up these poles here, I would see that anytime the roof would come down and a catastrophe could befall these young learners who are the future of our country. Let me speak to the head teacher of this school, Teacher Fulgencia Namata, if she can come closer here, and we have a conversation how they were able to put up this roof here and what leaders should do about it. Good morning to you.
Morning to you, sir.
When did you put up these poles?
We put up these poles last year, 2022, but of course we had to write to the concerned officers, and they are promising to do something. They have visited the site, they have seen how emergent it is, and we are hoping that they are going to rectify. But we also had to do like a first thing, put on poles so that we can support the roof. And when the engineer visited the school from KCC, he said this is a very good step, and we are waiting for the intervention to break down the roof and do some other repairs. And we are so hopeful.
But this was putting the lives of these young learners at risk, because anytime, if you didn't put up these poles, maybe a catastrophe would have opened, because just now we are into 1 month of a new term. And did they promise when they will be renovating this roof?
They promised within this term something is going to be done. Otherwise, the engineer said it's still very safe as a technician. And we went by that.
Let's also go to another class, because I've visited different rooms here, and I saw that it's the same situation within other classes. This is KCCA New Busega, KCCA Community Primary School Busega here in Kampala District, and this school is being managed by Kampala Capital City Authority. I was informed, Madam Namata, that also the toilets were getting full, and you had to do something as we move.
No, the toilets were emptied by KCCA. We are very fine now. Yes.
So how many learners do you have in this school, and when was it established, this school?
The school was established in 1992, but I have 689 learners at the moment. Yes.
Okay, I'll now move a little bit faster to go to another class. This is P2. It's also being supported by poles, but I'll stop here at P3, where I also saw the poles that are supporting the roof. Also in front of me is P4, which is also being supported. The roof is being supported by poles. I just imagine if these poles got any weaker, we would see something that would, and not anyone would like to see this happening to a school. And I think KCCA, Kampala Capital City Authority, the Executive Director, Dr. Dorothy, she's not doctor, she's Dorothy Chisaka, she should do something as soon as possible. This is also one of the rooms here which is supported by poles. You can visibly see that the roof is also getting cracks. The learners are here busy learning. The teacher is there also trying to make sure she educates the learners. But you can see that these roofs could any time befall these learners. Let me turn to Madame Namata again because she's the person here who is in charge of this school, what they are doing for these learners here. First of all, tomorrow is World International Women's Day, and you're a woman. You are educating the learners here. What's your message to all the educationists, especially in trying to make sure that our learning in schools is that of competence?
Yeah, I know tomorrow is a Women's Day, but I'm not focusing on women only. I'm saying that me as a teacher, as an educationist, I'd like all classes to be catered for, whether boy or girl, all of them to be considered, not only girl child, because the boys are the ones who are going to make homes, and if they are not such also, they will not make good homes. So I encourage people also to bring the boy child on board so that things balance, both the girl and the boy balance, to make future good homes.
Okay. And then when you turn to the structures, how important is it for the learning environment? Because a classroom like this one is really important to accommodate these learners. But if a catastrophe happens, you would see that you would lose classroom. How are the structures important in easing of the learning?
Yes, the shelters are very important to create a conducive environment for learning, but I'm very hopeful that something is going to be done immediately because the officers are in the know.
All right, thank you so much. And finally, I will be showing you what is also happening in P4. This is KCCA Community Primary School, Busega, and I've been trying to show you that here, the structures, the roof of these classrooms needs to be, the ceiling needs to be at least renovated at here, KCCA Busega Community Primary School, Busega. And I've been speaking to Fulgencia Namata, the head teacher of this school. Stephen Mbidon Fefeso Chibuga will be handing you back to Priscilla. That is Priscilla Regina Naroga and Chrissy again in the studios for the rest of the conversation here on Morning at NTV.